Hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now that's right, today we are carrying on with the third and final installment up to the brand new release, Godzilla vs. Kong. We're reviewing Godzilla King of the Monsters today. So this is the third movie in this franchise, and it's a pretty interesting one because I got to admit, when I saw the trailers for this movie, I was hyped like no one else. There was a lot of great actors in here. Kyle Chandler, Millie Bobby Brown, Charles Dance, big fan of all of those actors. They're all fantastic in their own rights. And the trailers showed some awesome kaiju stuff. I'm not the biggest Godzilla expert, but I'd seen a lot of clips of the older ones, and watching them is something that I really want to do. I really want to get that Criterion box set. But I know of Mothra. I knew of Mothra before this, and I knew of King Ghidorah. I did not know of Rodan. He was new to me, but he looks cool from the trailers. A giant pterodactyl coming out of a volcano and going off to fight King Ghidorah. I was like, yeah, give me some of that. That looks fun. And the trailers were awesome. Then the movie came out, and it's a really weird film. It's really strange the more I think about it. There's a lot to like here and there's a lot to dislike. I can fully get on board with anyone loving this, and I can fully get on board with why someone would hate this. It's a film of two halves, and it's really interesting to talk about with people. So all I'm going to do is just give my 2 cents on it. So the film's directed by Michael Dougherty, I think is how you say his name, a director that I was unfamiliar with before this. As I say, it stars Kyle Chandler, Vera, I can't say her surname, the actress from Bates Motel. Of course, the Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown. Ken Watambe, I think is how you say his name, is returning, who's also a really good actor. And of course, Mr. Charles Dance, who I absolutely love. I'm a huge Charles Dance fan. They all star in this, and what a stellar cast. What a fantastic cast. Although it's still not as good as the Kong Skull Island cast. Don't know why they used that cast on the older movie. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that again. This film is basically about, there's a criminal organisation run by Charles Dance who is infiltrating these monster bases and slowly releasing them into the world. And he's releasing it because he thinks that the human population deserves to be taken back down, and the monsters are going to do that. And it's a little bit political at times, even though they brush over it really quick, and I can't even remember all the reasons why he wants to do this. So all these monsters are coming out. King Ghidorah, of course, is the new predator, and Godzilla has to fend him off to keep his title of the Defender of Earth. And then you've got this whole family dynamic situation chucked in there as well, with Kyle Chandler trying to get his ex-wife and daughter back, and they're on a plane flying around the planet, constantly coming up against these monsters, and it all gets a bit unrealistic. Now, I know with these movies you have to take it with a grain of salt. No, these are giant monster movies. You're there to have fun, and whenever they're on screen having fun, it's great. And let's start with that. Let's start with the positives. When Godzilla is on screen, he looks amazing. The CGI on him is near flawless at the minute. With the technology available for us today, he looks incredible, as does all of the other monsters. King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra all look fantastic. And when you see other kaiju throughout the movies, like there's a Muto in it, and I forget the name of the big spider one or something, because I just watched like a whole video about that Godzilla movie. But when they pop up for a bit, they look great. They really do. Everything looks really good. It's a really good looking movie. It's a typical modern Hollywood blockbuster. It looks fantastic. And whenever the monsters are fighting, it's genuinely such a blast. I mean, you're watching it, you're like, this is what I want from these movies. I'm not coming here expecting a well-written, well-directed masterpiece. I've come here to watch big monsters fight, and when they fight, it's a lot of fun. It really is, and I had a really good time with it. As far-fetched as it was sometimes, who cares? These are made-up monsters fighting. It's good fun. The problem is this film does try to take itself very seriously then when it flips around and does the human character stuff. And the human character stuff, even when it's trying to take it seriously, it's doing some really, really stupid things. For example, the main guy in it, Dr. Mark Russell, played by Kyle Chandler, he's like this close to death about 5 or 6 times throughout the movies. Not always just from like something falling on him or whatnot. Like these huge kaiju monsters look at our humans like dead in the eye, and it's like they come face to face with them, and they come this close to being killed by them, and it's like, look, I'm pretty sure if one of those things breathed on you, you'd go flying back and stuff. It would. So I found it a bit unrealistic how that was happening. There were some decisions which the characters made, like when the ex-wife at the start of the movie releases King Ghidorah. It was just such a left field thing. It's like, I don't understand why she's done that. And then they don't really go into much detail explaining why she did that. And then she sort of goes good again at the end of the movie, and they don't really want to describe that much either. There's a lot of things like that happening. As also, it's just the fact that the military doesn't seem to have a huge presence in this movie. There doesn't seem to be like, okay, these monsters are breaking out. Let's get this area quarantined. Let's do this. It just seems to be this one group going around on this old, I forget the name of the ship, but this old ship. And then it cuts down to like some people being evacuated when Rodan's breaking out, for example, and it's like a couple members from the crew from that ship, and it's like, you can't tell me it's just one plane, one little group of people going about who's trying to stop these monsters. Where is every other army from all these governments, from all these countries that we're visiting? Where are they? They don't seem to be making many appearances. There's a lot of humour in this. You know, modern Hollywood blockbuster humour seems to be the real in thing at the minute. Marvel started doing it, and Marvel do it really well. And then these other big franchises try to do it. You know, Star Wars is one which unfortunately tries to do it. DC try to do it. In fact, DC do normally do it very well, sometimes as well. But this film here just takes the humour up from another level from the previous 2 entries into this universe. And it's not as good. There's a guy on their ship who's cracking jokes every 5 seconds. There's a bit at the end where they're driving away from some monster. Or I think they're looking for his... I think the dad and the ex-wife are looking for the daughter. And like they fully stop at one point to have a conversation with one of the soldiers in the back for a joke. And it's like, this just feels really silly. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening in the movie like that. I really, really don't like the human stuff, but I really, really like the kaiju stuff. It looks cool and it's fun, and I don't care when the kaiju stuff is far-fetched, because it's not there to be taken too seriously. It's not, and that's why that stuff is good fun. The human stuff is... The human stuff is just straight up terrible. It is terrible. So yeah, I'm a bit torn what to give this movie. I want to say as well, I like the ending with Charles Dance. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, okay, what am I going to give this movie out of 10? I don't want to be too harsh, because I've watched this film 3 times now. I rewatched it last week in the build-up to Godzilla vs. Kong. And I don't hate it. I think I'm going to give this movie a 5.5 out of 10. I know that seems like maybe I'm being harsh. 5 for me is like middle of the road. That's a middle of the road film. It's like, that's just okay. I think this is slightly, ever so slightly above that. I think it is... This film got lost within itself. I think you can sort of tell that the writers were having a lot of fun with this one. And I think they got a bit lost with the human stuff, because it's not great. They're trying to take it seriously, and the fact that it's so far-fetched and the trying to take it seriously part just don't work. They don't go well. They don't work. But anyway, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments below. Guys, just remember, this is my opinion, and hey, it's an interesting movie. I'll say that much. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.